Hello students, welcome to Homeschool with School Teacher. Our today's lesson is The Echoing Green poem by William Blake. In this video, you will find introduction of poet, reading and explanation of poem, and solved question answers and grammar exercises. Okay, let's start with the introduction of poet. William Blake, born in 1757 and died in 1827, was born in London, where he spent most of his life working as an engraver and illustrator. At about age 10, Blake had his first vision, a tree filled with angels. Mysticism is one of the hallmark of his work. While his poetry was not widely known during his lifetime, his writing and his art have continued to grow in popularity. Okay, dear students, now we will read the poem. The Echoing Green. The sun does arise and make happy the skies. The merry bells ring to welcome the spring. The sky-lark and thrush, the birds of the bush, sing louder around to the bell's cheerful sound, while our sports shall be seen on the echoing green. Old John with white hair does laugh away care, sitting under the oak among the old folk. They laugh at our play, and soon they all say, such were the joys when we all girls and boys in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. Till the little ones weary, no more can be merry. The sun does descend, and our sports have an end. Round the laps of their mothers, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest, are ready for rest, and sport no more seen on the darkening green. Okay, dear students, now I will explain the meanings of all stanzas of this poem. The Echoing Green by William Blake, taken from his Songs of Innocence, is a beautiful short poem. Blake expresses the joy and innocence of the children's early experience of life. The Echoing Green begins with a short description of a grassy field on a warm day in spring. The sun shines brightly, the sky looks beautiful. Pleasant sounds of bells come from the nearby church. Songbirds sing cheerfully the sounds of bells, and the songs of the birds merge into a beautiful melody worth of the season of spring. The old people of the village sit under the trees in the green while on the green young innocent children play their favorite games. The children are happy and excited. They have not yet tasted the grief and disappointment that life will bring them in later years. They are young and healthy. The beautiful village green, the birds and the spring are all theirs. The old people watch their children play happily on the green and think of the happy days of their childhood. They too had played on the same green and had their share of joy and excitement, which only young children can experience. Then the evening comes. Children grow tired. They return home too rest in the laps of their sisters and mothers. This poem describes a scene on a grassy field during the day. It is filled with the noises of children playing different sports and games. When the sun sets, it becomes dark and lonely. In these lines, the poet says that an old man, John with grey hair, is sitting under the oak tree. Some other old men and women are also sitting there. They are watching the children at play. They want to forget their worries by sharing the joy of the children. During the day, it is filled with noises of the children. Old men and women watch the children at play. They want to forget their worries by sharing the joy of the children. In these lines, the joy of childhood is contrasted with the gloomy old age in the form of sunset, when the grassy field becomes the darkening green. The poet says that the children continue to play on the grassy field till late in the evening. The sun begins to set, and the tired children return to their homes. They have enjoyed themselves to their fill by playing different sports and games. At home, they have rest and sleep in the company of their brothers and sisters. They seem to be like birds who have returned to their nest. The echoing green looks deserted and gloomy in the darkness of the evening. Students, in your book, you have some questions, and I have solved these questions, and I have given answers of these questions here. What time of day is it at the beginning of the poem? At the beginning of the poem, the sun is rising, so it is early in the morning. Question number 2. Which words from the first stanza create a cheerful mood? Answer. Words from the first stanza which create a cheerful mood are happy, merry, welcome, sing, and cheerful. Question number 3. In the second stanza, what are the older people doing, and what does it make them remember? In the second stanza, the older people are laughing at the children playing. It makes them remember when they used to play happily on the green when they were young. Question number 4. In the final stanza, what time of day it is? In the final stanza, the sun is going down, so it is the evening time. In this final stanza, what happens to the children? In the final stanza, the children are tired and ready for rest, so they sit with their mothers instead of playing. In the final stanza, the poet creates an interesting image by comparing the mother and her children to a type of animal. What type of animal are they compared to? What are they doing? What is the effect of using this comparison? Answer. In the final stanza, the poet compares the mother and her children to birds in a nest. The children sit with their mothers. The effect of the comparison is that we can picture the children with their mothers getting comfort and warmth and feeling safe. Question number 7. Make a list of animals mentioned in the poem. Birds are mentioned in the poem. The sky-lark and thrush are named. Make a list of sounds mentioned in the poem. Which stanza doesn't have any sounds mentioned in it? A list of sounds mentioned in the poem: bells ringing, bird song, laughter, voices of the old folk, the echoing green. Is it echoing with the sounds of play? No, sounds are mentioned in the final stanza. Oh, students, in your book, you are given an exercise to find the definitions or meanings of these difficult words in your lesson. Dawdle, slowly, wasting time. Hobble, as if old or lame. Limp, as if lame. March in a military manner, smartly. Pace, with slow or regular steps, as if exercising. Plod, slowly and laboriously. Ramble across the countryside for pleasure. Roam without purpose, aimlessly. Shuffle, dragging one's feet. Slouch, droopingly and lazily. stride with long steps purposefully, stroll in a leisurely way, strut in a proud way, showing off, toddle like a small child with short, tottering steps, trudge laboriously and wearily as if wearing heavy boots, waddle like a duck in a slow side to side motion. You are also given an exercise to punctuate these sentences. So here I have solved the exercise punctuation. Your question is rewrite the following sentences, putting in punctuation marks where necessary. In his shop, he sells nuts, bolts, screws, pens, and papers. Here in this sentence, you can see semicolon and commas and full stop. During the holidays, he visited his brother, his uncle, his father, friend, his grandfather, and his grandmother. So here you will find all the sentences with punctuation marks. Okay, students, here another exercise you are given to add the suffixes ing and ed to the following words. Laugh. If we add ing and ed, this word will become laughing, laughed, hitting, and there is no suffix for it, and this word will change into hit. Catching will change into caught, fixing, fixed, boiling, boiled, posting, posted, shipping, shipped, fattening, fattened, chatting, chatted, trapping, draped, stopping, stopped, boxing, boxed, thinking, thought, running, ran, sitting, sat, flipping, flipped, joining, joined, paying, paid, placing, placed. Okay, students, I hope you have well understood the poem, The Echoing Green, and learned about the poet and the meanings of this poem, and you can solve the exercises given into your books. Wish you all the best. See you in the next video. Take care.